trial. So I wanted to do a quick video because, as you can see from the title on this picture that's on my screen, TMZ is reporting that victim 3 that's been missing all week, and the government has been looking for that victim. They are reporting that she never was cooperative with the feds. She never wanted to testify. That's what they're reporting now. I don't know where they got that from, because why would she give a statement? Why would she come out as a victim if she never wanted to testify up to this point? Now, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to read this article really quick, and then y'all already know I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to try to make it pretty fast, and I'm going to skip over the words that is explicit, like I always tell y'all, so y'all can fill in the lines. Y'all will kind of get it. Okay, it says federal prosecutors are taking a big gamble with one of their star witnesses in Diddy's ex-trafficking trial, because the woman they call victim 3 has always made it clear she does not want to testify, TMZ has learned. I'm trying to see where you learned that from. Like, y'all always act like y'all got some inside information or something like that, but we know that TMZ, Harvey Levin, the owner of TMZ, is in cahoots with Garagos, which is the legal advisor for Diddy. I reported that at the beginning of this week or a couple days ago, and they have a podcast called Two Angry Men, and the government or the prosecutors already brought it to the judge's attention that on that podcast, Harvey Levin and Garagos was talking about this case, and Garagos was going back telling things on that podcast that he should not have been telling about the case, considering he's only a legal advisor and he's not even an official attorney for Diddy, okay? But let me keep going. It says, during jury selection this week, lead prosecutor Maureen Comey admitted the feds do not know whether the alleged victim, one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends, intend to appear in court to testify against him. Comey said the woman does not live locally. There's an issue getting in touch with her attorney, and she may not even show up to court despite the subpoena. I don't know if they think this is a joke, but I'm sure her lawyer is aware that when you're subpoenaed to court, that you could be found or in contempt of the court, okay? So not only could victim 3 be held in contempt, but her lawyer can too. So I'm not sure why he's not responding, knowing that this is such a huge and serious case, and they're not playing, baby. This is not on the state level. This is a federal case. So what are you doing, okay? Because I know someone personally who did time for not showing up on a subpoena, and it's not a joke, okay? Let me keep going. Our sources with direct knowledge say the woman has never cooperated with prosecutors and never gave them an indication she would be willing to take the stand during the trial. Again, who told you that, TMZ? You always talking about our sources and this and that, and you know you ain't got no inside sources inside this case. Stop with the BS. That's Garagos telling you things that he should not be telling you, which is going to get him in more trouble because he's not supposed to be telling you anything. Okay, it begs the question, why did prosecutors add her to the Diddy indictment, and will they address her absence next week during opening statements? At this point, it's still unclear who prosecutors will call to testify at the beginning of the trial. Prosecutors have some big decisions to make with victim 3, namely, will they refer to her in the opening statement? If they do, and then she ghosts them, will the jury will wonder what's going on, and that might be a big blow to the prosecution. Yeah, that's possible, and that's one of the reasons why the judge could take this serious and hold her in contempt, because it could have an influence on the jury and what they think. In the same token, I'm sure the feds have a statement, a sworn statement from this lady already. They already have her, a lot that they can use even without her being there, her accusations and things like that. I'm sure they got that written down and probably on video as well. And so they probably will be able to use that instead just in case. But what's up with victim 3? Because just last week, she herself said that she do not need to testify under a pseudonym, and she was okay testifying using her real name. Okay? I don't know if you guys heard about that, but it was going on last week, and it was reported all over. that victim three, because as you guys know, everybody in the that's testifying besides Cassie was going to use a pseudonym. But victim three came out like, I don't need to use a pseudonym. I'm okay with using my real name to testify. So if she was that enthused about using her name last week, how is she missing this week? Did somebody drop off a bag of money or something? Like, what's going on? Did somebody get to her? Y'all need to find her. And y'all the feds, stop trying to play like y'all can't find her and go to that girl house. Now they are saying that she lived in a totally different state, but since when that stopped anybody? Like, send somebody to her house. Go find her. Okay, and see, hold on. That's another reason why I feel they should have not only the jury in isolation, but also the people that's testifying. Isolate them during the duration of this trial, so that way you can keep up with them and you know what's going on. Okay, it say, as we reported, Comey said Monday prosecutors will not be getting into the woman's story into the second part of the trial, and during opening statements, the woman will be described as one of the many women who allegedly have been, you know what, by Diddy. I'm not gonna say all them words. Okay, let me skip some of that. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop right there. They talked about how Cassie is now in New York. And I've seen images. So she arrived to New York. Of course, we know that she's there because she's going to be testifying next week. You know, so she made it to New York today, is from what people were saying. And pictures of her online is popping up of her, you know, with her big belly, because as you guys know, she's pregnant, which is another thing that people was talking about recently, that they, you know, believe that might have an effect on the jury and what they think, considering they got this big pregnant woman on the stand testifying, talking about the things that happened to her. So they might have a lot of sympathy for her, considering she's pregnant, and it might persuade the jury to lean one way more than another. Which, if they don't, well, they saying now they're not gonna play the tape, but if they do play the videotape, they saying they not. I don't see why they not, but most people seen it anyway. And if they see the tape and then seeing her pregnant up there, you can't do nothing but have sympathy. You can have sympathy even without her being pregnant, okay? So I'm not going to even sit here and say it like that. What he did was wrong, and yeah, it's not looking good, because he went way too far. Way too far. So, honey, I wouldn't even do that to an animal. So, yeah. But her being pregnant don't make it any better. It's just going to make it even worse, seeing her like that and realizing what she went through. So, yeah. But, anywho, victim 3... I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with her lawyer. I'm sure her lawyer, like I said, either he lost his man, he or she, whoever they are, lost their man to not be responding to the feds, knowing that they not playing about this case. Like, what's going on? Did she get paid off? Did she get some threats? Like, what's up? Everything in this video is alleged. But I'm just saying, why would she not be responding? Because her lawyer know that this is not a joke. They can be held in contempt. And that's a serious offense. That's considered like disrespect to the court, you not responding. And I don't think the judge is going to play with that. Like, you had all this time to do whatever it is you was going to do. Even if you can't make it, you still supposed to be in communication. Even the lawyer, like, what's up? I don't know. Tell me what y'all think in the comments about this situation. I just wanted to point this out. And TMZ, you know, they just are so full of it. Like, they always talk about something. Like, at this point, Garagos is going to get in trouble. I hope I'm saying his name right, but Garagos or Garagos, okay? He's going to end up being in trouble with the judge, because TMZ, they just told them earlier this week to cut out the BS. Now, here come TMZ talking about that victim 3 never wanted to cooperate. How? When she was just willing to give her real name last week. What are you talking about? Y'all just talk too much. And y'all gonna get Garagos in trouble. See, Garagos, you're gonna be in trouble by yourself. TMZ, Harvey Levin, honey, he gonna still be on 2 angry men. He probably gonna be talking about, it's gonna be 1 angry man then. And you gonna be in trouble, held in contempt somewhere. You better stop running your mouth. In my opinion, everything's alleged. Okay? But where else is they getting this from? Because it's definitely not true. And I usually kind of, you know, go with some of the things that TMZ say. But this right here is not true. This girl just came and said she didn't mind giving her real identity. What are you talking about? And if she got a lawyer, I'm sure that lawyer has advised her of the dangers of playing with the federal court. Okay? Anywho, like I said, tell me what y'all think in the comments. I am out. Bye, y'all.